This is Dr. Troy Fullerton with Bilingual Barrier Busters, and I wanted to talk tonight a little bit about developing fluency. Now, when I say fluency, I mean the ability to say what you want to say basically without thinking about it, without long pauses, and without separating every word one from another in a staccato fashion in order to make yourself understood. That's enough of that. The thing that you have to understand as you develop your language skills is that it really is just that. It's a developmental process. And you have to keep at it. You have to be very persistent. I remember one time when I was 18 years old, I'd been studying Spanish for, it'd been a few years in school. Didn't really have a whole lot of experience with the language, but I wound up in a situation where I needed to try to apply for a job. So I walked in and the guy behind the counter spoke Spanish. And so I started off asking in English and he didn't get it. So I wanted to ask in Spanish, are you accepting applications? And so I didn't have enough Spanish to actually ask that question. I didn't know that would have been a long ways down the road before I would have had enough skill to actually ask that question that way. But I did think what I did know how to say, and I could say, does your boss need someone who will work? And it came out sort of like this. Necesita tu jefe alguien quien trabajara. All spaced out, not quite grammatically correct, but getting it across. He smiled real broad and he goes, "You speak Spanish." Well, no, I didn't, but I knew enough to say that. But I always use that as a point of reference because and working with so many students over the years and so many people, seeing them develop skills, I've seen everybody who develops a certain measure of fluency go through that phase where they're just fighting to get the words out, can't quite get it out, and they have to keep working at it. That's the point, though. Try to overpronounce and enunciate your words so that you're well understood, but try to make it smooth. Smooth it out and just practice. And when you know you're going to have to say something, look up the words ahead of time, practice phrases you think you're going to need. It won't be long before all of this planting is going to result in a harvest. Planting, practice, harvesting, skills. It'll work.